Hi,
Hello.
Kat.
Hello, Corey.
We have a guest here with us. His name is Mr. Kevin.
Hey guys, it's me, Mr. Kevin.
Mr. Kevin. This is a very awkward introduction because I still don't know what I'm doing. What is this, number 3?
Yeah, it's number 3 of Corey and Cat.
No, we're not doing the singing thing. Hey, Kat. I'm really tired.
I think it's coming up enough where now that's what it is.
It's
Either
not.
way, it's an honor to be invited on the podcast. I always love talking about DC content anytime, anywhere.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for being honored to being on my lame ass podcast. Thank you. It means a lot. I'm here really trying to make that extra money because this guy wants to work for himself.
Ooh, that was so loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. I leaned over the mic to get a twist tie.
You gotta scooch a little bit closer,
Yeah,
Corey.
am I good now?
Yeah.
All right. The last episode we talked about Man of Steel. So now we're here gonna dive into BVS, the penultimate episode before the finale. Yep. This is really awkward. I have zero energy.
You're gonna have to scooch a little bit closer.
You still can't hear me.
I can. You're too much on the side.
Oh, is my audio just coming out on the side or what?
Basically, I sound more clear than you do. So does he.
Oh, dang. How about now?
It's hitting from back to front.
So you want me right here?
Yes.
Oh, you should have said that, ma'am. Okay, here we go. Do I have any what's that phrase called? All right, so a little housekeeping. The last episode was way too long. I didn't even quality control it. I haven't listened to it. I edited it. How can you listen to something you edit and haven't, like, you know what I mean, right? I can edit something and not really listen to it.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. I do that all the time.
Yeah. So like, I have no. I mean, I know there's a few audio issues in it, but that's okay. Because it was really long, and I didn't mean for it to be long. But my cousin here just put in that extra effort, and I appreciate her doing that. But I had to cut out a lot of her stuff.
I'm sorry you didn't do much work at all. You didn't have a notepad.
Well, I'm sorry. Okay, so here I have a timer here. We're going to try to keep this within 45 minutes. And here we go.
All right.
We're starting. We're just going to scrub through this movie. Oh, wow. How did we get way up here? Oh, okay. So the movie opens with... the famous scene, Bruce's parents die.
Yeah. Martha and Thomas.
I have no idea what's going to happen in the Flashpoint movie, but I legit want to see this actor play Bruce Wayne. I mean, not Bruce Wayne. Thomas Wayne be Batman. What's this guy's name?
Gene Dean Morgan.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. No, I do too.
Yeah.
I definitely would love to see Martha as the Joker. If that happens.
Yeah. We're not gonna get that movie, unfortunately, because that was, Warner Brothers wants to wipe their hands clean of everyone associated with Zack Snyder, unless it's like the main cast who they can still use for their own plans. Mm-hmm. Like now, the Flash movie, it's this whole mess. Like they're throwing everyone in, like
Michael Keaton.
Like I'm on the fence how to feel about it, because I'm a huge sucker for nostalgia and fan service, but at the same time, I don't like that it's coming at the expense of a story that the original director, Ezra Miller, and Zack Snyder, that they were all kind of hoping would come into fruition. Like they didn't just cast the parents for no reason. Like they casted.
Yeah, they have plans. You don't cast people like that for no reason.
Exactly.
They could have got some nobodies. They just needed a face. They got talent.
Yeah. They're not
So
just
they
like
clearly
one-liner
had plans.
characters.
All right. So, we all know this story. Bruce Wayne he runs away from the grave. He falls over and he finds the Batcave, and This is all like really stylized. It's like a dream and stuff.
He gets lifted up by bats.
Hey, did you watch the watch party version? Did you do that?
A bit, yeah.
A bit?
Yeah.
Just a bit?
Just a bit.
Oh, I see it.
I had plans yesterday.
Yeah,
so.
did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I have a life.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, where?
What do you mean where? Motherfucker. Anyway, now we're here at Act 3 of Man of Steel. As we mentioned before, Bruce Wayne was there. And he seen Jack! He died. That was too loud?
Yes, that was too loud. But yeah, no, he saw everything, obviously, like, from the last one we did with Man of Steel. We talked about all these little Easter eggs for this movie going in. Like in like the poster, Keep Calm and Call Batman.
I didn't even see that.
That was there, so we knew that. Obviously, the satellite. So those are all Easter eggs, knowing that like Superman is fucking up Batman's shit.
I mean,
Bruce Wayne's shit.
I mean, he's just doing his best to save the world. These are strong people, and it's just like if you get into a bar fight. Mm-hmm. And you start fighting, and you start knocking over tables and glasses, and things get messy.
I understand that. I mean, nobody really understood why Superman was like destroying everything.
He wasn't destroying anything. He wasn't actively just going to kicking buildings over.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They don't like. Bruce Wayne is the same as almost everyone else. They weren't completely sure what was happening. They weren't really sure if Superman was really on their side.
I get what you mean, just from his perspective.
Exactly.
He just seen
They've never seen Superman before.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Because this is the first time everyone's seeing everything. Mm-hmm. But we've been following Clark Kent since he was a child, so... Okay.
Like, we know he's a good guy.
Yeah, we changed perspective. Bloop, bloop. Okay. All right, got it. Kevin, any input on this scene with Bruce Wayne trying to save Jack?
I'm gonna kind of comment on both sides, like more so addressing the critics of that scene where everybody's like, oh, you know, like I think Kat said it, like where like it comes across where Superman's destroying stuff, but you know that's Superman's first rodeo. He's not really sure how to get Zod out. You know, you can't just say to Zod, hey man, you wanna take it out of the city? No, Zod's gonna do his best to stay. Like, but you know, and for me, that's why that thing worked perfectly, because Bruce Wayne and the citizens of Gotham don't have that context. They think Superman is just as complicit as Zod because he's treating it like a playground, where Superman's like, bro, I'm just trying to get my shit not pushed in. Like, I'm trying my best to keep casualties to the limit. Like, I didn't choose this battleground, guys.
Yeah, Zod just kind of showed up and he was like, I'm going to terraform this planet. And then he chose Metropolis. But Clark wasn't living in Metropolis at the time. So it's kind of like a weird coincidence if you think about it. Yeah,
because, I mean, they even said it. Well, they say it later. We know, like, Bruce doesn't come to Metropolis, really. Like, it's really rare for him to actually go there.
Yeah, he lives across the harbor. He lives across the harbor. Look. Be making fun of my tongue, all right?
Your diction.
My diction?
Yeah.
My diction.
How do you guys feel about that creative decision, though, to have Gotham and Metropolis be across from each other? I'm always on the fence about it, how I feel.
This is like a new thing because usually they're kind of far apart.
Yeah,
But now, if you think about it, I guess that makes sense why Batman pretty much lived out his whole history and then Superman showed up, because Superman would just always be in Batman's business if they were around, if they started closely around the same time, like in the comic books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He's like, oh, Clayface Hood, let me handle that for you, Bruce. And he's just like, bro, get out of here.
I mean, I think for at least this movie, it works well. Because it's better than, like, it's better than having to go, like, super far from each other and have this beef. When it's Lex Luthor that's trying to make this all happen.
Yeah, because I think in the animated version, like, Bruce Wayne was staying in Metropolis. You know, when they meet for the first time in the Superman, Batman Adventures, whatever. Mm-hmm. And he was just hanging out and he was hitting on Lois and And I think Gotham and Metropolis was like ways apart, if I remember correctly. But yeah, now it's 18 months later. What is that, like a year and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah, they find kryptonite in the water, and Lex Luthor wants it because he's afraid of Superman, the Torrent. And now we're in, what is this, Africa?
That's, no, well, I mean, where you're at right now, that's still, like...
Well, no,
Indian
not
Ocean.
the Krypton, I mean...
yeah, the desert scene, that's in Africa, yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy Olsen, but that was a way. I'm still mad about that.
I didn't like that part.
It just kept... Go ahead.
And Zach said, I don't know. To be fair, I don't think it's really Jimmy Olsen.
No, he said
Olsen.
He said Jimmy Olsen, reporter. He said his name was Jimmy Olsen.
But
He said his name was Jimmy Olsen, but I don't buy that that's really that universe is Jimmy Olsen, because we already have Jenny Olsen. So in my mind, Jenny Olsen, that's Jimmy. You know, that's that universe is Jimmy, and the Jimmy Olsen that died, that was Zack Snyder doing a weird, oh, you know, this is going to piss off people. You know,
let me make somebody mad real quick.
Right? His scene was so short. I mean, you could even go as far as, since he was a part of the CIA, right? Maybe he took Jimmy Olsen's identity or something. I don't know.
Isn't that like
that's
New
exactly
52?
how I rationalized it. Like, it's a CIA dude. He just lied and said his name was Jimmy.
Yeah. I get isn't current Jimmy Olsen CIA, like in the comics, New 52? I mean, New 52 is old, but I mean, you know what I mean.
Damn. They're always trying to figure out ways to make Jimmy Olsen cool, where I'm like, the whole point of Jimmy Olsen is he's not cool.
Right? It's not.
He's Superman's
This
buddy.
is fanboy, man. Like,
Oh, Jolly Geesh, Clark. I want to hear Dick Grayson like in a modern movie say like, holy smokes, Batman, holy what?
guacamole.
You know,
Holy rusted metal, Batman.
there you go. One of those
Batman,
holies.
the metal, it has holes. I will say, I got a huge ugly laugh out of that. And
Yeah.
Was it Batman Forever or Batman and Robin? I don't remember which one.
Batman
Never
Forever.
remember.
That was with Two-Face. Yeah.
Okay, so it was Batman Forever.
Oh, I was gonna say I want a modern version of Robin, but then we had the Infinite Crisis, and then Robin said like, "Holy skies of red," something like that.
Oh yeah, the CW thing.
Yeah. So in a sense, I got what I wanted, but not really. All right, so now in the theatrical version, this scene was a little different. I didn't rewatch the theatrical version. I did the Ultimate Edition because it's superior, and I want everything the way Snyder wanted us to see it. Therefore, I did not watch it.
Yeah, I
because
did.
in the theatrical version, the whole desert scene is just so quick, so random. I remember when I was in theaters, I was like, "Yo, what happened?"
Yeah, I was confused. I was like, "Hold up."
Yeah, I definitely like this desert scene better. We got more of like, kind of like a glimpse of like, hey, people are trying to frame Superman in a way. Like you can tell more from this desert scene.
Yeah, that the intent is more evident.
Mr. Slickback guy who takes
The Russian, yeah.
the Russian guy who takes Jimmy's camera. He was in Captain America: Winter Soldier. He was one of the
Really?
Hydra agents. Yeah.
I gotta look that up. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I remember because I was just distracted by his crooked eye.
By the way, guys, so that Russian dude,
Uh-huh.
he's not just a random Lex Luthor.
Oh, isn't he?
He's
KG Beast. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
I should be quiet. Talk about his eye. He can come beat me up. When we get back on the subject of Batman, I'll bring it up. But yeah, Clark comes and saves his girl because.
Wait, guys, I'll be back. I'm gonna turn my mic and camera on. I gotta move my stuff real.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And we're gonna just keep going.
Go ahead and pause the clock.
Oh yeah, so I can give us to where we need to go. So yeah.
Yes, if you have your head slightly turned this way,
Yeah.
then it picks you up better.
You know how? Here, I'll sit like this. Is this better? Is this better?
Yeah, and then you just gotta be close to the mic.
Is me close to the mic?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Clark comes to save Lois And did you think he killed that dude?
I think he killed that dude.
He went through a wall.
He's a person. He's just a human being.
But sometimes when I think about it, it's just like he shoved him and then kind of did this.
Yeah, no, unless
he kind of did a turn, so he took the force of the wall and not the guy.
Yeah.
But then it's also the impact.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like Superman's body can act as like a steel
round.
wall or something.
You got hit by a wall.
Like he's like a steel wall and pillows at the same time. Like people are safe in his arms most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's right. Like it's weird. I don't know how to articulate well because I'm not a scientist, but Superman has some sort of telekinetic force when he's like holding people so they don't turn into mush. But I guess he just didn't have it on when he killed that general. I feel so weird how I feel about that scene because I always defended like Superman killing Zod because it's a situation he was forced into, and it's like from that scene, like it teaches Superman, like the sanctity of life, how killing is easy. But then in that moment, he kills that general real easy. But that's not a hill I'm willing to die on because that general was also going to kill Lois.
Yeah, that's the unspoken rule. If you mess with his mama, you mess with any of the women in his life, his mama or Lois, Superman gonna get you.
But it's still the thing, like Superman has other powers. Like he could have used other powers that didn't involve
he had a gun.
Him killing him.
He had to be quick. Cause if he would have done the laser breath, then he would have pulled the trigger. If he would have did the ice breath, then I don't want to blow because I don't want you to smell my breath. But you get what I mean. It would have been he's faster than a bullet, so it would have been made more sense for him just Did you get that win?
Yeah, I got that win. Well, also, like, if he's that fast, couldn't he have taken the gun?
The next scene, we're in the courtroom, and this is...
It's not like flash fast. It's like, with Superman, it's weird. Like, he can go fast, but sometimes his brain needs to catch up while Flash sort of slows everything down. So with Superman, he knows, like it's hard for him to, once he builds up the momentum, to just slow down as easily as Flash can. And I guess also, since it's Lois, Superman also isn't thinking clearly. He's like, well,
no, they got my girl.
Yeah, like, they got my girl. Like, let me not take any chances here.
So now we're in the courtroom, and she's listening to this, a survivor. I don't know any of these characters' names. Miss Kentucky Senator lady.
Finch.
Senator Finch. That was her name.
Thank you. I should know these things, but I don't.
Her name tag comes up like almost every 5 seconds.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, the only reason I remember is because I rewatched that movie like 2 times last week to prepare for the Snyder cut.
Oh, I was obsessed with this movie back when it came out. It was like my favorite movie of all time. People gave me shit for it. I was like, you guys don't understand. And like, I knew the flaws of the movie, and there was a time I was keeping count, and I lost count at 20. After 20 times, I was like, dang, what number am I on? I just wanted to keep count about, I seen this movie 197 times, but yeah, it's still one of my favorites. I like it. It's my favorite iteration of Batman and Superman, and they're doing cool things together. So,
a quote I really love from Man of Steel that I feel super relevant about the reception of Batman vs Superman. Do you guys remember like that scene in the movie of Man of Steel where Jor-El, he's kind of like doing a voiceover, and he's saying, they will join you in the sun. That's how I feel about Batman vs Superman. Like, at first, people misunderstood the movie, and now we're all joining. The sun is joining us in the spotlight. We're like, now we are finally people are finally recognizing, wow, this movie was actually pretty fucking great.
Yeah, people get off their freaking high horse. It's just like all these, like, if one influencer or somebody didn't like it, and then it's like that person is influencing someone else's opinion. You get what I mean? And they're not actually looking at it with their eyes. They're looking at it, but then taking that other person's reception of it, and it's letting them influence their decision of the movie as opposed to just forming something on their own.
Yeah, I mean, I can say if I was choosing between the three, Man of Steel, BVS, and then Justice League, obviously BVS is probably my third favorite between them, but it doesn't mean I don't like the movie.
Yeah, I mean, we all seen Justice League at this point, right?
Yeah.
Are we talking Josh Justice League or Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Both.
yeah, both. Yeah.
If we were doing all four, then obviously that
No, Justice League is super bougie compared to the other two movies. It's a complete...
The Justice League doesn't even deserve to be on the list. You know, we're throwing it out.
And that when you get Josh's Justice League, however you say it. Joss Whedon's Justice League, it's
JJ
doesn't feel like a sequel to BVS as opposed
to it doesn't.
Zack Snyder's Justice League, much like how BVS picks up during Man of Steel and then it goes into BVS. Justice League picks up during BVS and goes into Justice League.
Yeah.
Like you see where everybody is during BVS and then it moves forward. And I'm just this feels good. Anyway,
but I want to kind of like build off what you guys were saying earlier about groupthink. Very, very embarrassed to admit this, but the first time I saw Batman vs Superman, I hated it. I was in that crowd that would make fun of people like, "Wow, you really like this movie?" But then the Ultimate Edition came out, and I watched it, and I was like, "Huh. This movie kind of makes sense now." And I watched that a couple times, and I'm like, "Oh man, this is actually great." And then I was like, "God, I feel like a moron now for doubting Zack Snyder."
Oh, I thought you was gonna say something.
No.
Oh, I've met Zack Snyder, and I touched the Batmobile.
What?
Shut up.
You met the boss? You met the boss?
Yeah. This was his Batman was getting a star on the Walk of Fame. I think, or it was the Guinness World Record, like the superhero who has the most movies. That's what I think it was. He wasn't getting a star. I don't think he was getting a star. It was he was getting the I have it on my Facebook. I'll leave notes in the description, and you can see the pictures and all of that jazz. But the Batmobile was there, Jim Lee, and I had a crush on Tiffany Smith back then. You know, DC. She was the DC girl back in the day. She was there.
Smith, like.
And she played Meghan Markle in a Lifetime movie, I think.
Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah.
But was she like in part of DC? I'm not seeing anything of her.
No, I mean she's like a news reporter, like a real news reporter, not a character.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she's a real person. And Jim Lee was there, and and I was like, "Hey, Snyder," I gave him my business card because some other dude was having his business card, and he looked at it like, "Why are you giving this to me?" And then I did it, and he looked at me like, "Why are you giving this to me?" I was like, "No, bro, sign my business card. I want you to sign it." So he signed my. I have it somewhere. He signed my business card.
That's so cool.
Nice.
You met the boss.
I met him. Yeah, so I'm like, cool. Anyway, back to this movie. Lois Lane finds a strange bullet. And Clark comes in with some flowers, and he's like, "Clark, oh my gosh, why are you doing this? I don't care what people think. Let's make love in the tub."
Yeah.
And then that was that. Nothing to talk about too much. Oh, Batcave.
Wait.
Oh, go ahead.
With the tub scene, when I saw that, when I was rewatching it for the Ultimate Edition, I was like, "Why is this movie rated R?" And then when the tub scene came out, I was like, "Oh, are we gonna see some Asian?
Are we gonna see some Kryptonian booty?"
But no.
No.
And then I was like, "Oh, never mind. It was just the same." And then I found out later what was rated R. I was like, "Oh, not a big deal."
Is the Ultimate Edition rated R?
Yeah, it's rated R because of the warehouse scene later on when Batman he swings the box and it hits someone in the head. There's like a blood splatter on the wall.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, that scene was really.
That doesn't deserve a rated R.
Yeah, that's some soccer mom's gonna get. Oh my god, they have nightmares. I seen Batman fight. Oh. But this scene, the warehouse scene, when he says, "Are they Korean or Thai?" The girls in the cage. There's a bunch of Asian girls in the cage.
I don't know what they are.
They're gonna be like served up for like human trafficking, but this is like the best. Batman's been a superstition for 20 years. Like, think about that. Mm-hmm. That's just crazy.
Barely anybody's seen him.
Yeah, because if you think about it in the comic books and on TV, after a while, after like year 3, he's just like, I'm here, and he's around. People are afraid of him, but then not really. But this dude's been a myth for 20 years, and this just kind of shows that he's creeping around. It was creepy. Creeping around in shadows, climbing on the walls like he's a creature.
Yeah, like they use the word devil all the time for him.
Yeah, that makes sense for the.
But then he's like a good devil.
If you think about Christopher Nolan's Batman, that was a different type of Bat. Because after a while, everybody's seen him, and he's like, "Oh, he just got cool toys." That's how he becomes off all mystical. It's like the veil's been pulled from the magic trick. However you want to make that analogy. And with this, it's just like, bro, is he the devil?
Right? Honestly, I mean, Ben Affleck is probably my favorite Batman.
The best Batman.
Mostly because he's a amazing Bruce Wayne and a great Batman. Like, usually with the other Batmans, you get, like, one or the other. Like, you can have a great Batman, but a terrible Bruce Wayne. Yeah, or vice versa.
I thought George Clooney was a good Bruce Wayne, but not a great Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
Michael Keaton was both. Man, me and names right now.
Couldn't get over
that voice.
Christian
Bale.
Christian Bale.
A perfect Bruce Wayne. And I thought he did a great Batman in Batman Begins. But then Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, it kind of like...
His voice started. He just needed to work on his voice.
Oh, that voice was terrible.
Because you guys have to watch Batman Begins, because the Batman voice in Batman Begins is perfect. I'm like, it's guttural.
Yeah, it's just like, what happened?
Scary. It's more like this. It's like, I'm Batman. Well, in Dark Knight, it's like, I'm Batman.
Hold on, we got a phone ringing here. Okay, so speaking of voice changes, this Batman has a voice changer built into his mask, as well as you know how his eyes are white in the comic books.
Yeah.
Like he has lenses like on his forehead, like it's like a skeleton of his cowl. His cowl is like made of metal, and then there are lenses like on the forehead that come down. Like you see it in the scene where Lex Luthor is watching Batman like take out the guards. You see his eyes are white there, but you never see him actually activate those. Sorry, I got a hiccup. The white eyes.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it at the end, with his armor suit.
Oh yeah.
With his eyes and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, wait, really?
The Dark Knight, right? The Dark Knight Returns suit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This obviously this version of Batman is heavily he is the Dark Knight Returns Batman. He is that Batman. So if people got a problem with this Batman, realize and recognize what version of Batman you're experiencing.
He's an old Batman.
He's old grumpy Batman.
Literally, like he has an attitude the entire I'm tired of this shit kind of attitude.
He is tired. He's
so you can tell that from Alfred too. Alfred's real tired of this shit.
Even Alfred's tired of Bruce Wayne's shit.
Alfred wants him to settle down all the time.
Yeah.
He's like, Master Wayne, should I be expecting any grandchildren?
How come you can't be like Earth 32 Bruce Wayne? He settled down with Selena. What's wrong with you, bro?
Right?
I don't remember where I read this, but I could have sworn Zack Snyder said in that universe, Bruce Wayne, but Batfleck, he actually did get married, but he got divorced from Selena.
I believe it's been 20 years. I can see that happening in this universe. So
for me, I like it because it shows that he tried to settle down, and even that didn't work out. So he's just completely over everything. Like he's lost faith. And that also helps why he just lost the way. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm branding criminals. Everything is fucking shitty.
Yeah.
Hold on. There's a scene. Hold on. Where's my audio?
The gods hurl thunderbolts. Innocents die. That's how it starts. The fever, the rage, the feeling of powerlessness. But turns, good man. Cruel.
That right there, that explains that right there in the movie explains that Bruce Wayne. Stop. I gotta. Sometimes I have a stutter. I don't know why, but I just don't understand why people get butthurt because this isn't the Batman that they want. This isn't the Batman that you're getting.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna get your Batman. If you want your Batman, go make your Batman movie. This is the Batman that's presented, and if you don't like this version of Batman, cool. But don't be all like, I don't like this Batman because he does X, Y, Z. This is even in the books. This version of Batman is in the comic books. So what's the problem?
Yeah, exactly. There's so many different versions of Batman that it's like, there is not just one Batman.
Adam West.
I mean, that's like my favorite Batman. I was just talking about that last
R.I.P.
night.
Adam West.
I know. But no, yeah.
I've met Adam West. Kevin,
Stop.
you did? You met Batman?
I was like trying to process it, and at first no, it's just because I had like a morbid like idea that came in my head, and I was like, I fought against it, but I'm already saying it out loud, so I'm just gonna say
no, I'm
like,
not saying. I seen him at his grave or something. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh no!
Like,
This is there's
a
a Batman 66 casino game that came out, and he was there at the kind of release party of it, and he's like, "Oh, Adam West is gonna be here," and I seen it on Facebook, and I left that, but I seen it on Facebook, and I left, and I drove to that because I forget it was like one of the casinos around here.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that, yeah.
Yeah, and I went and I met him. He didn't look me in the eye. He signed my picture, and then that was it.
They always say never meet your heroes. That happened to me like years ago where I met Weird Al, but he was so over it. I met him in Vegas, like he was doing signings, and I took a photo of him, and he was just, he looked at me, he was like, whatever. Like, I felt bad because like, oh man, I can tell he doesn't have. I know it's not personal. I can tell he doesn't have the energy. He's tired, but still in my head I'm like, oh, but
it's you, and you're not giving me that attention.
See, that's why all the heroes I've chosen, they're already dead. They've been dead.
Oh man,
I don't have to worry about that.
I've met my hero, Mr. Austin St. I'm turning away Austin St. John, the original Red Ranger. I mean, he was cool, but then he said some things on social media recently that just like.
Yeah.
Anyway, on the Batman.
Yeah, so we got about
I
16
think
minutes on the
this is
timer.
gonna be the
Oh.
or my remainder of my time, but I want to end my final comments with, because we were talking about so many different Batmans. I think I feel like this movie serves as a good litmus test of whether or not you truly like Batman, or you're like a Batman keeper and you only like a specific version of Batman. Because I think for me that's the reason why the movie struggled, and the MCU succeeded, because the MCU was using characters like Iron Man, Thor, characters that nobody knew and gave a shit about. There's no emotional baggage. There's no previous depictions or incarnations that people have an emotional attachment to. While Batman and Superman, dude, these are iconic characters, so people already have like this set, definitive idea in their head of how this character should be. So then when you have someone come along and like, hey, I'm going to put a unique spin, they're like, no! This is me! Fuck you! You're a piece of shit! Or I'm like, bro, calm down. You just made a movie that you didn't vibe with. Like, just calm down, man. Like, God, I just want to say that, but hopefully I get a chance to come back for a future episode. But for the time I was able to be here right now, it was an honor. Thank you, Corey. Hopefully next time I have more. We're able to have more time to talk. But I'm gonna have to head out. But let's see. If I end this call, I think you guys will still have the call, so you guys are free to. Actually, that'd be awkward for you guys to be on the call talking to no one.
Just talking to the air.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for coming through. And,
Unless you guys want to pick this up and finish this another day, or you guys are free to continue talking.
we still got to figure out how we're gonna do Justice League, and I wanted this to be out before Justice League came out, and I'm just like, wow, Justice League is so long, and I don't want this. Yes, we'll figure it out.
All right, just hit me up if you want me to get more of my commentary. But this was fun. This was fun, guys. I love talking DC.
All right, thank you for coming through, Kevin.
Yes, thank you,
Mr. Kevin. We'll catch you later.
See you guys.
All right, peace
Bye.
out. Okay.
All right.
Here we go. So Kevin took his leave, and on this timer, I'm trying to keep this one short, and we have about 15 minutes and 49 seconds left.
Go ahead and scooch closer to the table, Corey.
Don't disrupt me while I'm talking, cousin.
Do you want to sound good?
Yes. So we're just gonna get through this. We don't need to. Man of Steel was the meatiest one. I felt we need to talk.
Yeah, I mean that set everything up for the next things coming.
Yeah,
in.
everyone seems to have issues with Man of Steel and this version of Superman. So I felt that needed the most attention. I mean, not an hour and 20 minutes worth of attention, but it got it.
Yeah.
But we can just mosey along this one. So introduced, we get this version of Lex Luthor, and we get Diana Prince, and people don't like Jesse Eisenberg in this. They of course they want their Lex Luthor to be like the human equivalent of Superman, which is what he basically is. He's tall and bald and Mr. Strong Businessman.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like this Lex Luthor because I like that he's crazy. Like, he's literally, like, obviously he's insane. And his views are just extreme, right? He just has the biggest, extremist, ideas for everything. I like that. I feel like this is a better Lex Luthor for the Superman we have right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about someone who's rich and powerful these days, there is not anyone who's strong. It's some gangly white dude who can probably will just fall to his knees if he ever really got punched in the face.
Yeah.
So those it's relevant to the times we're in now. Mm-hmm. I guess like Jeff Bezos would be Lex Luthor.
I mean,
he sort of kind of looks like him.
I was literally just talking about that with people last night. We were doing this. We were saying the same thing, and because we were talking about like how just crazy he is and his divorce and all that. But I mean, that's beside the fact. But he would be our Lex Luthor if like at this time, which is why I like this, and I like that like this is his beginning thing because he's starting like he already had these views, and he talks about his past with his dad and all the terrorist stuff that was going on, the terrorist things that were going on. So he already had these views, and he didn't really have a means to put it out there, right? There was no reason for it yet, and now there is. So now he's just like insane because he's happy, in my opinion. Like he's happy he finally has something to lash out.
Oh
for
yeah,
that.
I get what you mean. Yeah, he has all these views and he has all this angst, and now he has something to direct it towards. Also, this is the scene, like his house party scene, where he kind of. I still don't understand how he found out who Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent is. I still don't know how he did that.
I mean, it's pretty easy to figure out Clark Kent. I mean, if he's that smart.
I mean, it doesn't. I just want to know how he did it. I don't care that he did it. I just want to know how he could have just mentioned it.
I want to know why he figured out Bruce Wayne. I mean, I don't see that as much, but I mean, I can see like Clark Kent. I'm
sorry, that's big. Hold on. I'm putting on Do Not Disturb. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I can see like how with Clark Kent, because I mean, Clark's not secret about him. I mean, obviously
this Clark isn't. It's like if you find out, oh well.
Yeah, he's really not secret. He doesn't. I mean, if Lex just followed the lowest path, right? Obviously, in Man of Steel, she was super into Superman, and then I guess like everybody knows that she's with Clark now. I mean, just put two to two to one of one. one and two together, and it's like, oh, well,
No.
but okay, so we're at the house party, and
this is when he gives that speech. And me and my brother always jokes that he ended his speech with a twitch.
Yeah,
he's just like.
That speech was awful. I'm just like, you cannot public speak at all.
Hold on, where is it? All right, I give up. All right, I was trying to get this scene so we can hear his speech, and I hear him end it on the stutter, in his speech with a twitch and the stutter. I thought it was funny, but anyway, where are we going? I'm just trying to get to all the key points. You got anything to say?
I mean, that was the first time we saw Diana at the house party.
Yeah, we see Diana Prince. She's sleuthing around. We don't know where she's from or what she's
freaking
doing.
stole Bruce's shit.
She hijacked his espionage. His spy game. I was like, dang, she just came up on my game. And
I know, and I
took my stuff.
I thought it was so hilarious when you saw like, and he found her next. And he's like, oh, you have something that belongs like to me, blah, blah, blah. And she just goes to him and she's like, it's in your glove compartment in your car.
I was like, thanks.
It's like, what else is he supposed to do? Like, okay.
And that sword, what was it, like the sword of Damocles or whatever?
It was Alexander the Great's sword.
I just like wanted to point out that how it looks like Saba Saber from Power Rangers. It does. You know it does. It has a line at the hilt and everything.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, I have it in the closet. Want to see it?
Your laugh is the loudest thing. I could hear it like flipping out.
But anyway,
if you got a laugh, Corey, you gotta move the
I gotta go back.
Fuck back.
But Lex gets his hands on Zod and the alien spacecraft and Perry Black, and then he trying to intimidate the senator lady.
Perry Black.
And Bruce Wayne. Lois trying to find out what the bullet is, and he goes and does some.
You can tell. He really like Bruce in this movie.
I found the scene again. Where is it?
Oh my god.
Oh wait. And then Clark has to go do Superman stuff.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you can tell.
Oh, here it is! I found it.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, here we go. All right, here I found the scene. I'm gonna pause the clock so we can listen to it.
Because that is paradoxical and what was I saying?
Look at the governor. She's like,
everybody's like, what?
Is having knowledge with no power because that is paradoxical and thank you for coming.
even Clark, like, I know Clark's looking for Batman right now, but out of context, he just looks like, what the fuck?
Everybody just clap. Just
clap it. He's got money.
He got all the money.
He's got money. He kept this library. But I was saying before that, I like how when we were skipping through and we saw the scene of like Bruce looking at the bat suit and stuff. And I love in this movie, like he does not like being Bruce Wayne at all in this movie.
No,
he's trying to find every possible way to put that suit on.
I told you, Bruce Wayne is Batman. We know that. Yeah. But I mean, when his parents died, that's when he became Batman.
Yeah, Bruce died.
Bruce Wayne is his mask.
Yeah.
Like, he was trying to find every reason just to sleuth around in this suit, and he couldn't.
You can even see, like, in certain scenes, because, you know, Bruce Wayne is, like, the millionaire playboy, right? That's what he portrays as. And you saw, like, when he was, like, when he had that nightmare near the beginning, and he was, like, he had a girl in bed, he kind of got up and he looked at her, like,
Oh, he's like, I did that.
And then, like, even when, like, he was looking at Diana Prince, right, in front of Clark Kent, which is in this area, it's because, like, he knew, like, there's something up with her, but he played it off like, oh, you know, old habits, pretty girl walks by.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to play like it, but he's like, oh, she looks suspicious. Oh, I'm just checking her out.
Right? Like, he's not.
He had the fake. He had the fake checking out a girl.
It's like a gay boy with their parents.
I was like, I was
they
looking
came out.
at the girl. I was going to say something. You made me forget what I was going to say. But, oh, man, I really forgot. It was funny too. Whatever.
We got like more God stuff with like Day of the Dead when Superman went to save that girl. They're all like laying hands.
Another part, the whole setup for Batman and Superman. Lex Luthor's little plan. They use what's the guy's name? The cripple guy.
Wallace.
Was it Wallace?
Yeah. It was Wallace.
Well, yeah. Anyway, there was a bomb in his new wheelchair, and it was encased in lead, and he blew up the Capitol. What was the whole point of that?
It was to blame Superman. All of what Lex Luthor was doing this whole movie was to blame Superman.
Just to tick off Bruce Wayne to get him to attack him.
Yeah, because even like with all the checks and stuff, it was all written in there.
Lex Luthor intercepted those checks and wrote all. He
wrote all that, making it
and
seem,
then send it to Bruce Wayne to make it seem like like Wally's crazy and stuff.
Because of Superman. Like it's all Superman's fault. Like if he didn't show up 2 years ago, or whatever.
Wally would still have that's not. Is his name really Wally?
Yeah, because when he saved him in that scene, he's like, "What's your name, Wallace? Did they call you Wally?"
Oh yeah, they call him Wally. Because I'm thinking Wally West every time I hear Wally. I was like,
But no, but also like Lois found out like he didn't even know he was gonna get blown up. I thought like when I was watching it the first time, I was like, oh well, he knows like he is a terrorist. But then you found out like, oh, he didn't know he was gonna blow up. He was actually just trying to speak and like say his point of view of. It's not right that Superman can do these things without consequences. But he didn't know he was going to blow up.
It's not like doing without consequences. Should he be doing this because of political whatever reason? But I mean, like, that's a whole nother tangent I don't want to get into.
But yeah, but like, I just want to know how Lex knew that Superman couldn't see through lead. Yeah,
there are things that Lex knows that is not shown in this movie. It's just like how?
Because I mean they have a Kryptonian like Zod, but I mean Zod's dead. Can they really like do experiments to see like, oh, I wonder if his eyeballs?
How do we
can
know
see
dogs
through...
can't see color? I don't know. Maybe they found the same way. And I mean, the whole reason Diana is here is so she can get her picture somehow. I mean, how did Lex get that picture? And it was digital.
I mean, it's easy to make something digital, but
yeah, you can copy. I mean,
but like,
that's her reason for it. Like her reason for being here.
Was it in a newspaper?
No, and then we'll bring in Wonder Woman in a bit because it kind of ties into Justice League. Mm-hmm. But her reason for being here is to get back her picture because it's took it from her. But
Stop hitting the table.
I'm sorry, but in this movie is just shown as like a digital image. It's not shown as a physical, like an actual photograph.
Yeah.
So it's really confusing.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he has the actual photograph, or
we know that now.
Yeah.
But it's not shown in this movie.
Yeah, no, he definitely has the actual photograph. I mean, maybe it was lost and they got the digital copy. Maybe they had to destroy it when she came the first time. We don't know. Like she went to find it beforehand too. And then the picture got destroyed, but they had a digital copy. And that's what she was after more, because she knew the picture was probably destroyed. She just needed the copy. I don't know.
It's weird. It's just speculation. But anyway, we're pressing forward. Batman versus Superman. This is Superman give Bats a warning because he's trying to get that kryptonite to fight Clark because he's tired of Clark in his...
Yeah.
He's tired of Clark and his BS.
That freaking warning. I was like, that doesn't work on Batman. Like, that would not work.
Batman will test you, even though he may think he'll lose.
Superman was trying to make him look like a little bitch and stuff. He basically just gave him a slap in the face with saying that warning.
I know. In a sense, it was kind of like, I don't want to say like he embarrassed Batman, but Batman just kind of looked defeated a bit. Mm-hmm. But because his Batmobile banged off of Superman like he was like a metal pole.
Yeah.
It has ruined his car. I was just like, wow. But I'm into that scene. Batman used a lot of guns and he killed a lot of people during it. But it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
This is the Capitol we talked about, blew up.
Yep, the Capitol blew up. That's when Superman's like questioning his actual role here. Like, should he be doing this?
Yeah.
Was his dad right?
And then that was and then we see Bruce Wayne work out. Every time I see that scene, I'm like, I'm gonna start going to gym. I'm gonna get buff.
Seeing that scene, you know, as a woman, like I had to rewind it and all that. I was just like, man, I forgot how good looking Ben Affleck was in this movie, man. I was so into that scene. It was a great scene.
And then now we're skipping ahead. There's Clark sent out, and then
we have
Lex has Zod's body, and it seems like Doomsday existed. Like, there's a version of Doomsday that was on Krypton, and they took care of it, and they have the means to do it again for whatever crazy reason they may need to do it again.
I think it's just their ultimate weapon.
Yeah,
that would be their ultimate weapon.
And it's just like, hey, you can't do this. Are you sure? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. And he's like, all right.
But this is like a different kind of Doomsday, because I mean, it's part of Lex. Like it's
did his blood really have anything to do with it?
that was the foreign component. That's the whole reason that it formed Doomsday and didn't just bring back Zod.
No, I mean there's a lot of Kryptonian tentacles going on, and it did a lot of work. I think that like was a ceremonial thing.
No, that it gave a foreign substance. That's what they said when they were doing
it did detect it.
The foreign substance is what made it like not Kryptonian anymore. Like it made it to where he basically because. When I feel like when Kryptonians talk about foreign substances, they think of them as primitive, and so they're not like that creature that's going to come up is not going to be smart.
Well, I mean,
which Doomsday's not.
We have about 2 minutes, so I mean we're at a good pace where we can we're wrapping up pretty much right now.
Basically, we're about to be at the fight now.
Yeah, so this Doomsday is a Doomsday. There are various different types of Doomsdays in the comic books, but this one is based on Zod. I kind of wish this Doomsday had a little bit more of I don't know how to explain it, but basically it's almost like Zod's second chance at Clark, and I kind of wish they would have played into that a little bit. Maybe if he talked and he had more spikes and then just looked like a naked gray beast.
Yeah, because it definitely wasn't Zod anymore at all.
Oh no, he wasn't. I forget it's Zod. I forget it's Zod all the time. But Lex gets
he gets Lois and Martha.
He gets Lois, and he does what he has to do to get Superman to do his bidding. And again, like Superman was down to fry Lex because you got his mama and his girl. So he's down just to burn his man, but he didn't. Oh, and this is weird. This is one thing I have a problem with in this movie, that Lex has all the Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Flash, and Aquaman has their logos on their lock files.
Oh, I know. He created he created their branding. He monopolized that.
He was like, I'm gonna make money off them. I'm gonna do it.
It's like, I own that. No, yeah, like, what was I saying? I don't know, like, the part, I feel like he knows all this stuff, and it made me think of, like, when Superman said, like, you're gonna tell me where, like, Martha is. He's like, I didn't even have them tell me. It's like, what if, like, he would think, like, maybe Wonder Woman would show up, and if he has all this information, maybe he knows about the lasso of truth. And he's like, well, if I don't know, they really can't get it out of me.
I don't know.
That's just a theory, but
one thing I like about these scenes is that they all tie into Justice League. Like when Bruce is looking for Barry, he has this footage, and he's like, "Where's this kid at?" So you have about, even though his hair is long in this footage, you kind of have a timetable of when everything is happening. The same as with Cyborg. Like, it seemed like they shot these scenes at the same time. Like, even his scream is virtually the same when you're watching it in Justice League. And I like the continuity in it. Unlike in certain movies, like I'll bring up Transformers. It's just like, that man made 5 movies and they all contradict each other. I was like, how? Are you not paying attention to what you made?
Yeah.
So I like just how tight these 3 movies are. They're all they're like they're even more tighter than Marvel movies at times because there are also contradictions in Marvel movies.
Yeah. Let's get to the fight. Let's get to
we're
the
here
actual
at the
fight.
end. BVS. This is what we came for. Batman versus Superman. Day versus night. What else he say? The son of Krypton versus Bat of Gotham.
Right. I mean, obviously Superman lost.
This is straight out of the dark. I seen the cartoon, and I thought. Still to this day, I haven't read The Dark Knight Returns. Is it Dark Knight Returns or?
I think.
And then there's Dark Knight Strikes Again, which is the sequel to whatever. Yeah. I thumbed through the book, and I watched the cartoon version, and it is this. It's this.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, yeah, Superman lost. Like,
did he?
Yeah.
Yes, he did lose.
He lost. If Lois didn't show up, Batman would
have shanked him.
He would have killed him. And I love that, like, Superman's been so confident in this, and then the second he gets kryptonite just blown in his face, he's like, I can't do it no more. It's like, I give up. I'm not even gonna try anymore. You know. But yeah, what was I saying? But yeah, no. If Lois didn't show up, I mean.
Oh yeah.
He would have killed him.
But kryptonite is straight up poison. Just think like when you eat something bad and you get that stomach ache and then you just weak. You can't move and that's kryptonite. I felt like that one day. I know.
Yep.
I know exactly what that's like.
I mean, this isn't the first time he's been. This is the first time he's been introduced to kryptonite. Yeah. Because in Man of Steel, it was just the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he has no idea, like, catching that thing. He's like,
I got you.
I got it. What are you gonna do about it? Blows up. What'd you do to me?
And then the fight ensues, and then we get to the Martha part. I have problem with this, and then I don't. The only problem I have with it is just the delivery.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Look, when I was watching the first time, I was like, "Wait, is this for reals?" It's just his delivery of it is just weird. But like Batman and Superman, they're like best friends, and if you go throughout history, it's like why? Like back in the day, it's just like, oh, they're superhero friends, you know, and then in the animated series. It's just that they become close friends, but we don't know what connected them because there's always so many time jumps whenever the series is rebooted. When, you know, from Justice League to Justice League Unlimited, from the Avengers of Batman and Robin to the new Avengers of Superman, there's all these weird time jumps. It's like, how much time passed between the rebranding of this television show? And then in the comic books, things, I don't want to get into DC reboots and whatever, but things are always different. But the fact that they're tied to their connection is through his mother, and you know Bruce's mother's name is Martha Wayne, or Martha Kane. That's her maiden name, Kane. And then then there's Martha Kent. And, it's just like Bruce Wayne's PTSD kicking in. And it's just like, I'm going to protect your mother. And then that's what creates that bond.
Yeah, because Clark's mom, like, that's a Martha, even though it's not the same Martha.
It's not his mama.
but having that, like, she's called Martha, it made me weird, but it's like, that's a Martha I can save. It's like something that I didn't get a chance to do.
Yeah, it's almost like, whenever I hear the name Rachel, every time every time I hear the name Rachel, that pops in my head. So I kind of understand in that sense when you hear someone says the word Martha, and then I know just Bruce just always just kind of his butthole clenches. It's just like what?
Yeah.
He's just triggered by that name. Martha or Thomas. He'll just like he's low key triggered, and then he's like looking, he's listening. Then he's all right. It's
weird that, for the delivery, because I understand why they did Martha, right? Why he said Martha. But as Clark, I mean, like, why didn't you just say mom? For that,
he is assuming he has an alien mom. Batman doesn't know anything about Superman.
What, an alien can't be named Martha? Like,
no. No. What alien you know named his name is Martha?
Martha the Martian.
This much, she's a Megan.
All right, so
Doomsday, they fight. Oh, this fight here. This is what I wanted to say. This is like the best Batman fight in the history of Batman fights. And the man who's in this suit doing the fighting, the stuntman, wishes me a happy birthday every year on Facebook.
aww,
I don't know why. He just
cute.
does.
Aww.
So I get a happy birthday from Batman
It's like
every
have a
year.
kick-ass birthday, Corey.
Every year, and I always say thank you, sir, and I put like a Batman gif, a BVS gif in it every time. But this is like super Arkham video game Batman fight. It's wild.
Oh yeah, I mean, and then we got with that radar scene, the only scene that would make this rated R. No, I love that. Like, yeah, Batman can do all this. He still saved Martha. I love the line Martha gives. When she
You wear a cape, you know.
Yeah, he's like, I'm friends with your son, and she's like, I know, I can tell from the cape.
And then Doomsday show up and they do a fight, and they have to mention, the city's abandoned because everyone has such an issue with casualties. I mean, we have casualties every day of the week.
Yeah.
So when there's a casualty in a movie with a bunch of superhuman people, what do you think is going to happen? So I don't understand the logic of why Superman wouldn't let that happen. A Superman who's been fighting crime for less than a week would.
I mean, we saw that at the very beginning of the movie. Obviously, the reason Batman's so pissed is because there was so many casualties that happened.
Yeah, he didn't know what he was doing. This guy, what was his name?
It's the Martian Manhunter.
Stop. That's a spoiler. I gotta cut that out.
I said that in Man of Steel one.
Did we?
Yes.
Yeah. People know he's in there. Never mind. Well, I guess it's not. I'll leave it in there. What is his name? Remember these people's
Senator.
name? He's not a senator.
Or not senator.
He's the Department of Defense Director, or whatever now.
The DOD.
Yeah. At first he was like colonel or something. He got a promotion. But anyway, Doomsday happens, and then
Wonder Woman shows up.
This is when I seen this for the first time. My heart, I was like, she's real. It was like it just felt right. Like, you know how when you see a hero in live action for the first time, and it's just like, oh, that's cool, and it's just like it felt like she was real.
Yeah.
I obviously don't have the words to this. I don't.
I love how she came in too. Like, she came in as, let me turn myself down. She came in as like, because she's kind of like she's an Amazon, so she doesn't care about what boys do. She's looking at this fight like, you guys aren't gonna win.
Yeah, like, what are you guys gonna do
without me?
Like, especially you, Bruce. What are you gonna do, sir? He was running the whole time.
Right.
And then he did his little Dark Knight cover Easter egg that's in here.
I loved how Lois, she threw the spear in the water, and then
I need it.
And then 5 minutes later, she's like, oh shit, let me go get it. When she sees this monster that she assumes is Kryptonian, she has no information from anybody.
I mean, something like that. I mean, that's just a logical assumption.
Yeah. But she's assuming that they can't take care of it on their own.
I mean, I would have went and done the same thing. I was like, if this would have killed Superman, maybe this would kill that thing.
Maybe. She got trapped, so...
Well, Clark is here, so it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Let me stand in front of this tray. My boyfriend will save me. Just playing games with his emotions. What are you doing?
And I love that scene that we were just on with all three of them. I remember when I first saw this movie when it first came out, I was like, "Oh my god!"
I mean, that's
the golden three.
the equivalent of the Avengers turnaround when they were first assembled. But then I'm like, the first time we see all three of them together, Batman has a gun in his hand. I mean, someone brought that up, and then now I just can't, like, it kind of undoes that excitement for me.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, but it's all right. Batman can have a gun.
I mean, Wonder Woman.
It's not a missile. It's not like he has a freaking AK.
Honestly, Wonder Woman looks the best in this scene. I don't know what the fuck Superman's looking like. Like,
I mean, he's walking in.
He kind of just looks like he's like, hey guys.
Well, because his paws. This is a motion picture. You see. Oh well. Oh yeah. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
You and you. I thought she was with you.
And then after that, Wonder Woman just goes on blazing. She does her
her
scream and
thing.
stuff.
And that's basically we get to the end where Clark gets shanked, and
he knows, like,
well, he's gonna make that play. It's not like he's gonna make that play if he has to. Then this is it. But then sometimes they do that in movies. I love you, and then they come back. Oh, you're alive. He's like, oh, I was gonna die, but I didn't. But yeah, he gets stabbed and
Doomsday's
the death of Superman.
Yeah, because I mean, it had to. I mean, even if you read comics, I mean, if there's Doomsday and Superman's gonna die. That's all the time.
I know, but the one thing I mean is just that is in the context of what Zack Snyder is doing. I get it, but if I'm sorry about the table. But if you just think of it, it just seems like it's too early. But then at the same time, it's the death of Superman, which brings the Justice League together.
Yeah, I mean that's what they wanted it for, and that's the reason for it. So we got Superman dead, and then we get to the funerals, right? Obviously, Clark's body goes into Clark's grave, which I wonder like how they were able to like swing that.
Oh yeah, because Superman's casket is empty, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's just like, oh, Clark Kent died. But Clark went missing. He went missing because, and Perry's like, where is Clark? And then he, like, never came back. Mm-hmm. And then it seems like they died at different times. But then at the same time, when Superman came back, then Clark comes back.
I still want to know, like, how they're going to do that. Because, I mean, we won't... I mean, it's going to get rebooted anyway. But, like, how would that even, like, work? I
think they'll just ignore it.
Harry's just gonna be like, "Where you been, Clark?"
They'll just ignore.
But I want to know like how they swung that from the government. Like did Bruce just take care of it or what? Because I'm like, why did they get the body? Because it was in Superman's suit, like obviously.
Wait, what?
When Superman died, how Martha got the body? Like she can't reveal who he is.
No,
still.
I mean, who was with the body when he died?
Still, I mean,
Bruce.
The government didn't ask any questions. Be like, "Where's Superman's body?"
It's Batman. He's been hiding from the city and the government for 20 years. Yes, they got Clark's body. Superman died, and then where's the body? He did some alien stuff. I mean, what is the story behind those questions? I get what you mean. But
I just want to know. But so we got the funeral. Let's talk about the very, very end with the whole...
I mean, there's a ring because Lois and Clark were gonna get married.
I'm talking about the dirt in the casket on the casket.
Yeah, that's a little because it made it seem like he was just gonna rise from the grave, like he was just gonna heal himself.
But now seeing obviously I saw the Zack Snyder cut Justice League, but even seeing like the next Justice League. Seeing that and like what happened in Justice League and then that part, maybe it wasn't Superman, maybe
like the resurrection is the same in both movies.
Yeah, but it's like obviously Superman was still dead. He wasn't alive at that point. Maybe he was kind of sort of alive, or that was Darkseid. Like it was like a thumbling that like because
no
Justice League comes up almost immediately after.
Oh almost.
Yeah. So like maybe that was like because it's still the mother boxes, right? Like they were being activated or at least a little awakened.
I don't even think. I think
so. Maybe it was just like a calling from another universe.
It's just like when humans die, your brain is still pumping electricity through your body. So like your fingernails grow, your hair still grows even though you're dead. So when he died, he still has all that residual sun energy. So that just made it even that more. It just made it easier for him easier for the league to bring him back to life using the mother box, as opposed to it feels dead for 20 years and they try to use it. You get what I mean?
Well, I know it's easy. I mean, we don't want to see it like freaking decomposing Superman.
Bizarro.
But I don't know. I just thought like to me, it's like, oh, he's gonna he's all like, I knew he was gonna come back, right? We all knew he was gonna come back after that. He wasn't dead. Okay,
when Superman dies, he comes back.
They weren't gonna
he's
do
red
that.
and blue, and then he what was another version of Superman? That was it. The red blue Superman when he came back. Oh, yeah. And then there's Eradicator, and then Superboy showed up, and then John Henry Irons, and then all these Superman popped up from the death of Superman. Mm-hmm. Am I missing one? Cyborg Superman. Cyborg Superman and Supergirl, remember? I'm Cyborg.
I fucking hate that part.
I'm Cyborg Superman. I'm like, okay.
I hated that shit. I hated Cyborg Superman. He was terrible. Okay, we got that part. And then there's the scene when Batman goes to see Lex Luthor in jail. And he tells him he's gonna go to Arkham.
Oh, you going to Arkham, bro.
The face Lex gives to him from that.
That was scary. Every time I watch it, I was like, yo, that Batman's kind of scary. Like, right? I wouldn't want him walking up to me in a dark alley.
I mean, he was pissed. Somebody died because of Lex. So, like, none of that had to happen. Bruce is probably feeling upset because he got conned.
Yeah, I mean, he already had those feelings and then Lex played on it.
Yeah. He got manipulated from that. And he's probably even more upset from that. But then we know that
this scene, which is very important right here. He is coming out the shadows. Like a creep. That's what Bruce does.
Yep.
Don't that look like some kind of Bible image? Like some kind of... You know those paintings?
No, it does. It definitely does.
Like some Michelangelo or whatever. So here we have Steppenwolf communicating with Lex. And this scene makes a lot more sense now after seeing Snyder's version of Justice League.
Oh, so much more sense.
This is how he looks.
Yep. It's how he's supposed to look.
I just wanted to.
You can tell, like, Lex is like, oh fuck, like he doesn't want this.
And he's like, oh man,
because it is his fault. It's his fault. It is his fault.
That's the whole reason why they haven't even came back to. I mean, that's spoilers for the next movie, but that's the whole reason why the new guys haven't came back to Earth, because Clark was there.
Yeah.
But okay, so we're gonna let's talk about Wonder Woman and his picture real quick.
Okay.
So at the end of the Wonder Woman movie, she gets a package from Bruce Wayne, and it's the picture, like in this little glass thingy. You know, it's the picture she was looking for. It's like, hey, I got it back. Mm-hmm. Which is what she was looking for in this movie in BVS. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm confused because it was like a digital copy of it. I'm like, how are you gonna get a digital? I mean, you're just gonna erase his hard drive of the image.
I guess, yeah.
That's what she was trying to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, and in Wonder Woman, we get her origins and Steve Trevor, blah blah blah, and Themyscira. And it's almost like at the end of Wonder Woman, how she hears an alarm and she launches off like towards the camera at the end of the movie. It's like she was going towards the bank or whatever museum where she was those terrorists were at. Mm-hmm. It's like she was going straight, like flying from her movie into the next movie.
Yeah.
Yes, I just wanted to bring that up because that is basically part of this trilogy. But I mean, we're sticking with Snyder stuff, and that was he didn't direct that movie, so
I'm just gonna say that when I watched this and like the Snyder Cut Justice League, after seeing Wonder Woman 2, I'm like, man, I'm so happy I get to see good Wonder Woman right now.
I mean, it was she just had a vision, and I didn't vibe with it. I watched it, and I don't want to buy that movie. It's on HBO Max. I don't want to purchase it.
Yeah, no. I saw it on HBO Max when it was there without paying.
I like that she can fly now.
Yeah, no, I like that too. They didn't really show it in this movie.
Even in Justice League, it's like, can she fly now? Because that happened in '84.
She would be able to fly unless that movie is just an alternate timeline or whatever.
I mean, we're there now. Apparently, we're there now. So yeah, that has been BVS. We did our what am I trying to say?
Diligence.
Okay, we did our part, and we're trying to figure out how we're going to record Justice League because it's a 4-hour movie, and I want a handful of us together, have access to a studio, and we're going to do this properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
this has been Corey
no
on our podcast.
Oh my god. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.